Hey guys, how's it going? This is Jacqueline, the Unimportant Homemaker, and today let's talk about womanhood. Who's influencing you? Who has constant access to your eyes, your ears, your heart? Who are you trying to imitate? There were many people I didn't ask marriage advice from. I didn't like what I saw in their marriage, and I definitely didn't want it from my marriage. I homeschooled, so I wasn't interested in listening to anyone who wasn't homeschooling their children. I wanted to live a holy life, totally abandoned to God, so I didn't let people who compromise all the time be my inspiration. Just because a woman is married doesn't mean she is fit to offer me advice. Just because she's young doesn't mean she's able to steer me toward the right way. I had to become selective about who I let talk to me. I know this sounds a bit silly, but my take is this. Why would I let people shut me out from doing the will of God? Why would I let someone who doesn't support the longevity and health of my marriage tell me anything? I remember getting advice on, listen to this, on how to make my man respect me by ignoring his calls. From a woman who did it and eventually lost her man after that silly stunt. She could have ruined my life if I had listened to her. Or the woman married for over 15 years who told me to stop showing my husband affection like goodbye kisses when I was a newlywed, literally married for like 3 weeks. Seriously, there was a severe deficit of affection in her own marriage and she wanted to stop mine. These people aren't for me. They don't want what I want from me, so why give them my allegiance? Their celebrities are not fit to instruct a woman of God. I had to learn that. The person I'm supposed to listen to because of my fallen flesh, I didn't want to listen to. The God I serve doesn't say all the things the world says, so I was struggling to hear him. I don't blame the world entirely either. My flesh was always willing to partner with the world and the devil to fulfill all of my pleasures and desires. So I began to guard myself. For example, after being employed since I was 16, never ever did I once get a magazine in the mail called Working Mom until I came home to obey the Bible and become a homemaker. If that wasn't a sign, I don't know what is. I refused to let some random magazine tell me what to do. It was trying to convince me that I could make it all work. You know, that whole lie we believe that we can do both well? No, we can't. I had to keep watch over my eyes, over my heart, because no one else was invested in me being an obedient woman, a holy woman. No one except for my husband and the Lord. My husband wanted me to come home long before I read it in Titus chapter 2. So yes, I put my trust in the Lord and I do what my husband tells me. They are for me. They want me holy. They want me pure and undefiled and submissive and kind. They are not interested in letting me usurp authority. The Lord wants me to submit to my husband like I submit to him, and I suffer no lack by being obedient. The Lord wants me to be holy and separate, and I had to use great discernment when selecting people to counsel me, because I am in no way saying that we don't need other people to pour into our lives. So in my case, I followed several blogs of women who were showing a Titus 2 heart. I weeded out the majority of the Proverbs 31 women because their focuses were usually on starting businesses to earn money, or they were leading ministries while holding their baby, being pulled out of their greatest ministry in order to fulfill their misguided desire to serve the Lord. I didn't want them trying to teach me when they have not learned for themselves. I wanted the older women who had walked long with the Lord to help train my heart and my mind to love my husband, love my children, be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good and obedient to my own husband, that the word of God be not blasphemed. I didn't agree with everything they said. I held no allegiance to any particular woman, but I took the lessons they taught and wisely invested into my marriage, my motherhood, and myself. And while laser focusing on Titus 2 for many, many years, I went back over the Proverbs 31 woman regularly and saw that I was in fact fulfilling a lot of the teaching there, which was an amazing surprise. As when I first came home 10 years ago and read about her, I was in tears for hours because I had no way to even begin to attempt to take on what she exemplified. But I will say this, all of this change in my life happened because I was reading all of the Word of God, not just the ones for women. And now, for the last few years, I've been seeking a 1 Peter 3 woman, which I have found maybe 2 or 3, maybe. I need help to behave in a more respectful behavior around my husband because I tend to get overly familiar with him much too often, and I slip back into my controlling, questioning, nagging, raging ways sometimes. So I am careful to turn my eyes away from women who are presenting the very attitudes and behaviors I wish to avoid. I stop their influence by sifting everything through the Word of God, throwing out the trash that attempts to defile my heart. I am very selective in who I let talk to me. Even here on YouTube, my husband graciously helps me with the comments section because I get overwhelmed with the honor bestowed upon me, and I don't want to train my heart to love and seek out praise. What about you? How do you guard your heart? How do you vet those you allow to teach you? I'd love to hear about it below in the comment section. That's it for today, guys. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time here at the homestead. Bye.